Life is strange. The cliches of the everyday are, at best, poetic. It's how one thing could mean nothing in one place, but in another place, it's a whole nother story.
Once upon a time, these waters didn't divide us, they carried us. From St. Vincent to St. John to Dominica, we were one people, moving with the tides, bonded by blood, trade and spirit. No borders, just kin, just current.
I'm in the beautiful Caribbean. Right now I'm in US Virgin Islands.
But then Conquest came. First the Spanish flag, then the Danish one, then the American stars and stripes. Every time they raised a new cloth, they redrew the map like we were never here. But the island remembers, the sea remembers, and me, well, I'm on a journey to unveil it all. Long before the big ships came with crosses and cannon mouths, the Taino and the colonial were gliding through these channels in dugout canoes, carved from cedar and gum trees. They didn't need to own the land to belong to it. They left their memory in the stones, petroglyphs, still watching the waterfalls, still whispering prayers through moss and rain. Those spirits are still there.
Throughout these islands, there are spaces that still carry the memory of the Siboney, Taino, Kalinago, Lokono, all the peoples that inhabited these islands before 1492, before the so-called extermination of the indigenous people of the Americas or the Caribbean. This was one of the places where you could find them, desperate probably to survive and to maintain their way of life. Must have retreated to this place. In the end, you could see images that they left behind, images that probably symbolize their relationships with the natural environment or their relationship with their God. Yeah, such a beautiful, serene place.
Then came the ones who couldn't stop wanting land, sugar, gold, people. They renamed the land like it didn't already have a name. They renamed us too, from Taino to Kalinago to African. All of us folded into the machinery of empire. And for what? Sugar. Sweetness bought with blood. St. John was no different. When the Danes planted their flag, they planted sugar cane with it, and they forced black hands to make that sugar grow. But in 1773, the people rose up, enslaved but not broken. They took the island, held it for months. They said, no more. But the world wasn't ready for them to win. The rebellion was crushed, but the fire, it never went out. It's still burning in these ruins, still resting in the stones of old plantations, still singing from the soil that fed the cane even after it drank the blood.
1807, 1848, and by 1830 the production had dropped way off.
So you say slavery ended over there, which is
The British, the Tortola. And the BVI slavery ended, I think, 1834.
so people would escape from here to BVI.
Not many. They would try, but it's a mile. You got to be an incredible swimmer. There's currents. At that time, there were a lot of sharks in this water. It sort of looked like this. I think that's overdrawn.
Well,
They just crushed the cane, and the juice would flow down into the furnace house.
Oh, which one's the furnace house? That over there?
There's a pipe here, and there's a pipe off this donkey mill.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff is just been refurbished by the national park, but otherwise.
What do you mean, this new stuff? This?
Yeah.
But it's lime, like they did it. Yeah.
So that stuff that looks new is new, and then there's a lot of coral.
Yeah.
And they would just take the coral right out of the sea. And when coral is brought up, initially it's soft. They can work with it. It's easier to work with than rock. It hardens pretty quickly, but they would use it to like build the corners here because they could really work with it easily. So they took a lot of coral right out of here. And then we talked about this the other day. These are the bricks that came in ships.
So these could have come from, well, they would
From
not
Denmark.
come, not from St. Vincent, because different colony.
Right.
Now today they call it St. John, a territory. But let's be real, it's still a colony, just with new masters and shinier chains. The United States of America took the island not to free the people, but to control the land. And what did they do with it? They created a paradise for the wealthy. Snowbirds looking for a tropical postcard in the middle of winter. So now it's luxury villas on stolen soil, resorts where the gatekeepers don't look like the people who built the place. And the locals? Serving drinks. This is modern colonialism. No more whips and chains, just deeds and passports. The Caribbean, once connected by sea and soul, now fractured by who has papers, who has power, who owns property. But let me tell you something. Just like in 1773, just like these petroglyphs hidden in the bush, the land still remembers. The people still remember. Beneath every hotel and tourist shop, there's a heartbeat, a rhythm that cannot be silenced. The sea still whispers the truth, and me, I hear it all. The past isn't gone, it's living. In the soil, in the stories, in the salt, and one day, if we listen close enough, we might find a way back to each other, back to what was real before all of this.